You're someone who's experienced what it's like to be addicted to social media. You felt what it's like to scroll to the point where your own brain doesn't even want to think anymore. And you've got to the point where you finally want to take control. I'm Raihan, and in this video I'm going to be telling you how and when you should be using social media to maximize success in whatever you choose to do. It doesn't matter what you choose to do. If you follow this video, I guarantee you will gain success. But before I begin, I want you to like and subscribe, as it best shows your support to the channel. It also helps my content get to the right people who need to hear this message. But now that's out of the way, let me begin the video. So I'm going to dive in right away and answer the question you probably want answered, and it's how should I be using social media? The short answer to that is you probably shouldn't. I've actually made a video about this before, and I'll try and put it up on screen somewhere. It's quite short, so I really think you should go and watch it. I'll also put it in the first link at the top of the description. But that video pretty much outlines why you shouldn't be using social media. But I'll go over it again just so you get a refreshment, and so there's basically added information. And it's just simply because you don't get much from it. Like, social media gives you a very small return on investment, and you don't really get that much from using it if you've used it the way you have for the past years or so. When I've spoken to people about deleting social media, they say, oh, I use it to learn a certain thing, or there's this thing that I use it for. Like, someone might say to me, oh, I use it to learn exam questions, or I use it to learn about this specific topic. But pause for a second. But really ask yourself, isn't there a better way to learn that thing anyway? Like, if you see a TikTok about exam questions and answering questions in school, isn't there a better way to answer questions and study anyway? Wouldn't it be better to just watch entire YouTube videos on how to answer the exam questions? Or wouldn't it be better to use a textbook and write down what you need to know? This is something I found to be so true, and it's that people cope so hard with their addictions. People cope so hard with their addictions and vices to the point where your own brain is fighting against you. Like, what I'm telling you is actually useful, and it actually will move your life forwards. And we've got to a point now where your own brain is fighting against you so that you stay more addicted, and so you become a worse person over time. In this situation, you're probably thinking, okay, Raihan, what do I do? What you really need in this situation is action steps you can just follow blindly. You don't need to think about anything. You don't need to question things. You just need action, and you just need to take steps to improve your life. So to summarize, here's what I'd say. Temporarily withdraw from social media or deactivate your accounts, and just focus all in on what actually matters. Like, this is the new life forwards for you, where you deactivate and you just focus on something bigger and brighter. And this is the thing, right? You're probably in your head, you might be disagreeing. And if you are disagreeing, I have one question for you. If you're not working towards your goals and you're not pursuing something, what is the other option? What is the alternative option to not working and to not pursuing something? So I've basically gone over how most people shouldn't be using social media, and that's pretty much most people. You basically get zero return on investment if you use social media like the majority of people, like a consumer. Now I want to talk about who should be using social media and how. I just want to clarify that these two options, in my opinion, are the only two ways people should be using social media, and if they're not, you shouldn't be on it at all. And those two options is you either do personal branding, so creating a brand around you. So for example, you know, certain people like celebrities and stuff, they build their brand around them and their products based on them. That's personal branding. Or you set up a business of some form. So that could be drop shipping, it could be copywriting, it could be content creation. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just building a business and using that business to leverage to basically make money. And the reason why I say that those are the only two reasons you should be using social media is simple. It's because if you're not going to use it to profit, if you're not going to use it to find success, and you're not using it to build and grow and socially and whatever, what is the other point? Because there's this concept that I've learned from my book Millionaire Fastlane. I'll try and put it up on screen somewhere. And it's that you're either a producer or you're a consumer. That's it. You can't really be both. You can either be a producer or a consumer. If you're not going to be producing content, if you're not going to be making things, if you're not going to be profiting, you just have to be a consumer. There is literally no other option. So if you know that, and you can just get to grip with understanding that if you can either be a consumer or a producer, that's it. And if you are going to choose to go down the producer route, which is basically what I'm doing right now, recording this video, is that what you'll find is doing this form of work is way more purposeful, and it genuinely just means so much. not only do you feel satisfied, but you feel like you're helping people that genuinely need you. And this is another thing, right? If you create a business or you create a personal brand, you're way more liked and respected, and people just like you way more. And this is another thing, you can scale up and profit so much more later on, where you genuinely get a really good return on investment. For one, you're doing something that means something for you, and you're actually making money and you're profiting off of it. So those are the two ways that I think that you should be using social media, and the only two ways that I think you should be. Obviously there might be a little bit of nuance here and there with how a certain person might use social media, but as a general baseline, I do think what I've said in this video is like a hard copy as to like what you should follow if you want success. So by now I'm hoping you can genuinely see like the right and wrong ways to use social media, including my previous video, which is basically top link of the description. I'm really hoping this video is also just giving you way more knowledge and awareness that you can use on your self-improvement journey and you can use to improve and develop as a better human. I hope I've given you more knowledge that you can use so you can break free from all the modern day constraints and actually level up. Each video I make will continue to get better and better, so if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. And before I leave, one thing I will say is always strive for excellence, because great things will come your way.